everyone, and welcome to Eugene, Oregon, where it appears my eyes have to be deceiving me. I'm looking skyward. There's liquid coming down from the sky, and everyone knows it never rains in Autzen Stadium. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Ducks will kick it off to get us underway. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Ohio State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Caught over the middle. It's McDuffie. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so.
And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Snagged in the middle. It's McDuffie. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
He's looking to throw. He finds his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This crowd knows when to bring it. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
I love the aggressive nature there by the offensive play caller, too. He's not just playing it safe, get a few yards, center the ball, help our field goal kicker out. He's trying to move the sticks through the passing attack. Quarterback makes a nice throw, and now it's 1st and goal.
Trying to pound their way in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Trying to slam in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they strike first.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game, and there's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
Using his legs to buy some time. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got it on the move. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. A really nice play.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play call? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The back goes in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Across the 45. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Trying to find his man on first down. They've got the screen set up. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Gets it out fast. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Ducks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. To the ground with the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'd go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Got his man to the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks, and you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Yeah, and there's nothing harder on a defense than when you run play action and you suck me up a few steps. And you got tight ends like this, Palmer, that can run down the field, be a big target, and make big plays behind those linebackers.
Man, they're changing the position now, too, I think, David. There are more and more athletic guys playing the tight end position today in college football that can run down the field vertically and make plays like that. These aren't just blockers and guys that catch flat routes. These guys now can hurt.
Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got a stop, and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Third down after the run. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, going up top. With the catch, it's Woolen. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered.
The expressway is wide open. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. They'll take the touchdown off the board, a costly offensive pass interference penalty. Remember, both guys have a right to fight for the ball. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They want to throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. Grabs it inside the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Trying to punch it in. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got it.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there and Laramie behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Air Force. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field. And they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And they did tack on the extra point. So a drive there of 84 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Complete to the left. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. Still on his feet at the 45. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They go to the ground. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes a move. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Looking to move it through the air. He wants to take the top off. Grabs it inside the 15. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Trying to get in the end zone again. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one thanks to 2 of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
They've wanted to do, build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on third. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
He's looking for a man on second down. Fired in there, but incomplete.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Running back goes in motion. With jet sweep pass. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
That's a really good job by the defense reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make him earn it now.
Got it! Takes it to the house! Touchdown, Oregon! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find him, and they produce like this, you keep finding him.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Fresno State is putting on a show offensively, only there's been no real story arc. It's been all Bulldogs all day with almost no let-up. They're up by 24 over the Sharks. For now, it's back to you, fellas. But, of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Sideline pass incomplete. It leads to second down.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. It's caught. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. They're facing a third down. Off play action. Slides away. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. They'll go to the ground. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Get set, get set.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Ducks are rolling down the field.
Come on, set. Reload.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll give it to him again. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Hey, just a great job by the defense. First down, the whole menu's open to the offense. They try to slip in the screen pass. They see it right away, get them on the ground for no gain.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On second down, wants to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Ducks want to move quickly. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
It's a reverse. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly complete. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. So will the beatdown... Is this the age is in store. We'll see as we start the 4th. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
325.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Running back searching for a hole. At the 40, there he goes. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw, it's Guerrero. Going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, in saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on the recruiting trail and in the future, and, you know, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll go to the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make that. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Man, that was a tremendous effort to stay on his feet, but the defense just kept coming and got him down short.
You ain't lying. Great effort. I mean, he's given everything he can. Knows he's got a short way to go to get that first down. But, man, the next defender just kept coming, rallying to the football and forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Zings it complete to the right. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Guerrero. Unloads to the right. And the pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And this defense coming up with points of their own. Interception return.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And the extra point is good. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Movement here from the tight end. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
From the shotgun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.